demonstrate last day love to people now, because I wish I would have known, you know what I'm saying? Wish I would have known. If I could have known. This is it.
What if you could completely change the course of your life? What would you give for that?
Can't stop me now.
So I've got way off my routine since I stopped running. Actually, my routine wasn't even that great. Running kind of trumped everything. So it like almost blew the need for routine out of the water. Burst of endorphins in the morning, plus you did this thing that like you didn't want to do, but it was good for you, and you killed it anyway. And so like anything else that came up during the day was like, man, just a breeze. Since I hurt my ankle, like I haven't been able to do that. So I started thinking back through routines, through habits, getting back to like looking at my morning and my evening habits. Okay, like let me get back on track, because I'm starting to like drift a little bit. A lot of stuff is still there and still where it needs to be, but I can sense myself getting a little soft in some areas. I'm like, you can't afford to do that, buddy. You can't go back. You cannot go back to being depressed. You cannot go back to living a mediocre life. It's not an option. So one of the things that I've been starting to think about as far as these habits, like I'm going down my list. Okay, here's what I do in the morning. Here's what I do in the evening. And part of that like really kind of connects with some of the stuff that I've been thinking about regarding the coronavirus too. Got some Cheerios in the back, just in case. Goes back a lot to like what I've been thinking about in regard to people and just this slowing down of time and all this stuff. And it's like, man, this thing. Let me show you. Get it out of the 4 years old here. Junior high. It's my sister's big head. Her head is perfectly round, like it's amazing. I was a little worried about her for a while, but she kind of grew into her head. She looks just beautiful. The thing is this, like with my dad, I just didn't, man. I remember the last day very vividly, because I was thinking about my routines. It's like, part of my routines is like, that I put in place, like both in the morning and the evening, is like to demonstrate last day love to people now, because I wish I would have known, you know what I'm saying? Wish I would have known. If I could have known. This is it. This is the last day. Last conversation, last hug, last everything. I think about like this change of pace. Think about like looking at a whatever you may think about, it doesn't really matter. Like whether you think like people are being over the top, whether you think people are being like not as cautious as they should be, it really doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, like this should be a time for us to like stop, take a breath, and look at the value of life. And so like when I think about in the morning, like the people that I know, like love them like it's the last day, because any day could be. You don't get another one. If you live interacting with people like this could be the last day, then when it is, it's like, man, I made the most of that. You know, the petty stuff we get into arguments with our spouse about, or with other people in our lives, it's like, look, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You never know when the last day is gonna be. Ah, God. If it was your last day, how would you like to be loved?
How would I like to be loved? Well, there's some things that I can think of that I'm not gonna put on camera.
Oh my gosh!
At least another 1,000 years, millenniums without a tear. 'Cause we'll be together then.
Are you recording?
Nope.
You can't do that.